misappropriate hit or miss.
It's always Night Strike's fault.
All right. Yes, we are live on Hangouts and Gun Channels. I'm waiting for YouTube to catch up, and they're always behind.
They're always late.
Yeah, they're there. Oh, damn cat. Hang on, let me get him off of here. Come on. Down you go.
Probably scared of Night Strike.
You know?
No, he just likes the limelight.
Lately, he's become a real pain in the ass.
I know, but we still like Night Strike.
I know.
Oh, come on. That's harsh.
So, all right.
Nice, boys.
Let me get going here. All right. Welcome live from the Crossroads of America, a 1-hour talk show. This is Shooting with Disabilities. We're talking guns, politics, but mainly shooting with disabilities. And we answer questions from the audience. Just put them in the chat box on YouTube or Gun Channels, and we will get to them. Or you can email me at Rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or at spottedrick@gmail.com. As I said, we are broadcasting on both Gun Channels and YouTube. I have a Patreon page. I also have stuff over on Spread. Is it Spreadshirt or Spreadsheet? I can't remember now. Spreadshirt. And it just Rick's Life as I See It, or Rick's Life or Spotted Rick, and my stuff should come up. I just want to say we got Patriot in the Dark was first in the room. Then James Stewart. And then who else we got in the room now? John Brown Productions, Rich White, Sean, Midnight Range. That's on YouTube. Then we got Sean doing double duty over here on Gun Channels. James Stewart doing double duty as well. So there we go. And then in the on Gun Channel side, I put a link to the room if you want to join the panel. All right, now let's start with my panelists here tonight. Let's start with the first one I got here is the man, the myth, the legend, Patriot in the Dark. How you doing?
I am doing great, Rick. Thanks for the invite. I do appreciate it.
Yep, then we got the one and only Night Strike.
Shall not be infringed.
That's my man.
There we go.
All right, sorry. I guess you didn't want to see that. I just had to stand up.
Rick had to throw another cat across the room.
Yeah, he was getting in my. He was scratching my leg trying to get up, so I had to move him out of the room. So he'll more likely be back though. All right, the next on the panel here is David, the Kingpin Bowling. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Rick. Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
Yes. Then we got Blind Shooter from the good old New York.
Hey, Rick.
No
Thanks
problem.
for having me, buddy.
All right, we're going to get on to Southpaw RX is in the room. So is Snob's Wife 76. Good to see you. Oh, before we get on to our topic, we were discussing before we went live. I'm going to start off with that topic. I just want to show you guys what came in the mail today. And I thought I was meant to send it off, but my doctor must have sent it to him. If you look at the camera, can you see that?
No, we're blind.
I know that.
This is Shooting with Disabilities, Rick.
Well, yeah, but there is people out there that don't have that. It's my disabled hunters.
Patriot, what does that last letter say?
Yeah, it's my disability hunter's permit.
Oh, that was an A? Okay, thank you.
Patriot. I just wanted to, just saying it came through.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, so there we go. I've got my fishing and hunting license. Fishing season started on the 1st of April, so I'm ready to go. I got one of my fishing poles sorted out. I went to do this other one that I've had for years, and I just had it sitting out in the shed where I lived in Rhode Island for years. Brought it here with me. I don't know why. I just did. I went to redo it, and the damn thing just It was so brittle, the thing just snapped on me. So
Are you gonna have to buy another pole?
yeah, I've only got one now, but that's fine. That's
See,
okay.
You're gonna have to look and find a rest for your door in your window of your truck.
Oh yes, for
You
sure.
got to have some kind
Yeah.
of some kind of cushion there. You don't want to scratch anything up.
You're right. But anyway, we're going to that. We're going to that later in the show. About it's not as straightforward as it sounds on this, but I'll go into that later. But let's go back to the topic before we all get out of it. What I asked before the thing started, or maybe we get some input from the chat rooms here, is what are your views on using CBD oils? Yay or nay? I mean, as Night Strike was saying, and I agree with him, is the 4473 says use of marijuana.
They don't say how you use it; they just say use.
And CBD does come from the marijuana plant. So I know. I mean, is it marijuana or isn't it?
It's a derivative of marijuana. It's an ingredient in marijuana, and the problem is it will show up in a blood test if they look for it. It's not to say that they will. If they arrest you because they found you with it. That's not to say that the feds will give you a drug test. But the fact is, on the 4473, it says, do you use marijuana or not? And if you take CBD oil, that's a yes.
But when I was a kid, years ago, I knew a guy and his brother owned a company out in California somewhere, Newport, Hempstead, that made stuff out of the whatever. I'm not up on all the lingo, but the opposite plant that you don't smoke, but it was considered
industrial
marijuana.
hemp.
Yeah, and they made all sorts of stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah, they've used
Clothes
oil from the industrial hemp, and they made clothes and those weird,
but
those weird
it's
wristbands.
Considered because it's like the male or female, whatever it is. But it's the opposite.
Yeah, hemp is still marijuana.
Yeah.
Basically, hemp has been banned since after World War II. And the thing about industrial hemp, okay? And the thing about industrial hemp is we had to use it to make a rope for World War II.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's the only time it was
legal.
allowed.
It's still legal.
It's still legal if you have a license for it. You have to have a license to grow it.
Well, it's the other kind. It's not the stuff that you can, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Industrial hemp, you have to have a license
for.
So if I have
this old piece of rope in my footlocker, I could be using hemp.
What?
I don't, but whatever.
As crazy as that sounds, who knows what's in the head of federal prosecutors, okay?
Now, if your phone's tapped and they're listening to you and you're sitting there talking about it, I'm sure that they would come after you possibly. But, for the millions of people around, I don't see it. I mean, unless you're coming in there with, your Night Strike walks in with his little pot leaf earring and his little,
pot leaf t-shirt,
sandals and his little man bun or something. I'm sure that they would, probably look at you funny. But
dude, I keep my hair short, buzz cut. I don't grow the man bun. Sorry.
But that's just like gun shops. You walk in and you smell like you just fell off a.
You fell off the bus.
Yeah. They turn you away. I'm sure some probably don't,
should.
But that's So I don't see it.
It sucks that they have to turn them away, but they have to because if you look at the 4473, it says if you're a user of marijuana, it doesn't say whether you smoke, you eat it, or you use the oil.
Change that?
They don't change.
Wasn't that last year that they changed the wording on that?
Oh,
from what
they might have added a couple words, I think.
So what's your take on it, David?
Well, the 4473 covers the habitual user and the medical user. So it's already been adjusted for the states that have medical marijuana. CBD oil, I think, like I said in the side in the off-air chat, CBD is the only actual medicine in the marijuana plant. I don't care who you are. We can argue about it all day long. THC is not medicine.
No, it's
Marijuana is
not.
not medicine. And the way that it is produced and used today as medicine is probably as far from a medical practice balance as you can get, because you can't get 1 milligram of marijuana like you can get 1 milligram of Tylenol. Uh, but as far as CBD goes, unfortunately, it is what it is. It's classified as marijuana. So until things change, it's a no-no. You can't do it unless you want to rely on your 4473. But I think that there should be changes, and I think that the CBD oils and the CBD chemical has got a lot of really great uses, and it's a shame that it's got the stigma that goes along with it, because there's a lot of really cool things that you can do with it, especially if you got kids that have seizures and stuff like that. But the way things are, it's illegal, so don't do it.
Now, David said is those that lie on 4473s. He's not advocating for lying on a 4473 because it is a federal offense to lie on a federal form, so don't do that. But he's saying that some people do that.
Oh, yeah.
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 I mean, what made me think about it was, as I was saying earlier, is I was going to go shooting today, but my right shoulder, the arthritis has flared up overnight, and I can only lift it this high. So it's it hurts I go any higher. So holding the gun, out and putting it straight out hurts like hell too. So I was, my medication ain't working. Either I got to go get stronger medication, arthritic medication, or do something. I'm at that point where what do I do? So that's why I brought it. Hey, what's your take on it, Blind Shooter?
I support its usage 100%. I know people that use it. I have seen firsthand that it works. And if the government wants to infringe on gun ownership and them using it, the government can go start a shotgun.
All right, we got that was plain and simple. All right, actually, that
See it.
so
I'm
I'm afraid to use it. I'm afraid to use it because I'm afraid I'll get caught. Even though it's legal in Indiana, but it goes back to the federal form. You know what I'm saying?
See, I don't know how that would work. I mean, even tracking stuff down. I mean, because I don't see him going through and testing people unless they suspect you or you've done something, or it's after the fact. Now, if you are in a self-defense shooting or something like that, then they decide, oh, we're going to test this guy, and that's after the fact. But
They need a warrant.
Well, see, it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with purchasing it. Like, okay, you went to the gun store, you filled out your form and all that. The chemical that is used, you have to get a prescription for. So the government already has it on file. Like, okay, your medical records are good for them to use.
Yeah,
You'd have to get. Go ahead, Patriot.
Oh, I was just going to say that the only way that they could really track it down is obviously if you got it from a doctor. Now, I know with how people are get licenses to grow and do all this other stuff that they're doing now. I don't know it. I mean, I don't know anything about it, but I didn't know if there's they grow it and they press it or squeeze it or whatever they do to get it. If there's ways of, obviously there's ways of getting it without going through a doctor, but
well, in order, like if you were involved in a shooting or anything like that, and the only way that the government or the law enforcement could drug test you, is they'd have to get a warrant for a blood sample or a urine sample or a hair sample. They can't just say, you shot somebody, so you got to take a drug test. That's a violation of your I guess it would be the Fourth Amendment, legal search and seizure. I'm not really too sure. I'm not a constitutional lawyer, but I do know that if they want to take a drug test from you, that either you volunteer for that or they have to get a warrant for that.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
got to be goes back to having a suspicion or something like that, unless they decide to, throw some kind of law in there. But yeah, I don't know. You stumped me.
Yeah, it's the thing. It's just, I mean, I know it's legal here. You can actually buy it in the drugstore, CVS, or what's the other big chain here? You can go buy it right off the shelf. You don't even need a doctor's thing. Plus, normally doctors won't normally prescribe the oils because it's not FDA approved per se, so they don't know how much to prescribe you to take.
Well, see, that's why when there's certain doctors that will, you don't get prescribed marijuana. You get a a default basically prescription. As your doctor says, this may work for you, so you can go try this, and here's a license so you can go into the stores that sell it. And then you can basically medicate yourself. So a marijuana prescription is a term that's used, but it's not a correct term, because your doctor is not, like when you go get Percocet or Oxycontin or any kind of antibiotic or something, they write it down, they scribble it on a piece of paper that nobody can read, and you take it to the pharmacy. That's not how medical marijuana works, at least not here in this state of Maryland, which we do have medical marijuana. Basically, a doctor says, I think that this would work for you. Here is a pass to go basically get into the marijuana stores and buy marijuana. And then every year or every 2 years, you have to renew it.
Yeah. So there we go. Anyway, since we've basically it's the way it needs to be reworded on the 4473 for you to be able to take it without any worries. Because recreational marijuana, right? All you're doing is getting high, and getting high with a gun, to me, is just like drinking and shooting. Smoking marijuana and shooting do the same thing, But that's my opinion, But anyway, next thing on my list here, let's see, you guys got anything? Is David actually brought this up. Because I'm saying, like today, my shoulder's so goddamn stiff and it hurts like hell. So I'm purchasing my next firearm. Or any of you purchasing your next firearm. You say you want the super duper, state of the art, handmade 1911. But the recoil is a bitch for you to handle when you, not the recoil, but pulling back the slide, and stuff is hell for you, to hurts you to do it and stuff. Do you go ahead and buy it, or when you're making a purchase, do you go for a gun that you know that you're able to shoot and you're able to handle easily? Patriot.
I mean, is the question, would I buy a gun that I couldn't shoot? No, because if I'm looking at something that I really want and it might be hard, or like me, I could buy a Barrett or a rifle. It is definitely hard for me to shoot a rifle. I mean, I can shoot them, but I guess if I really wanted one and one came available and it wasn't, my only firearm, I guess I would buy it just because, just to have what I like, if it's an old one or something like that. But I'm I guess a little different. I don't care. I just, I got one already that I can shoot. So anything else would be just an added one. But if it was up to the point where I needed a firearm and I didn't have one, or I needed one for protection, or whatever reason, and it came down to this is the one I want, but I can't really deal with it 40% of the time or 30% of the time because I'm hurting. But this other one, I'm pretty much 90% of the time I can deal with it, without any issue. I guess I would go with, something that you can shoot, because I mean, that's the reason you get them is so that you can use them. I mean, unless you're just buying to collect. If you're wanting to use it, you better be able to use it. And, a more spread of time that you can actually use it, to me, would be better. If you can use it 90% of the time and only have 10% that you're hurting, it's a lot better than 40% of the time and 60% you're hurting, I guess.
All right. What about you, Nice Guy? He must have stepped away. Hey, Rich. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Good to see you. Do you want to backtrack on our little topic or move it on with us?
Which one were you talking about now? I didn't catch.
The CBD. Now we're talking about if you know that shooting a particular gun, it will be hard for you to have. Like me, my arthritis, that's why I'm looking at getting a 380, because pulling the slide back on my M&P 45 is getting harder and harder as time goes by. But do I go ahead and buy it because I like it anyway, or do I look at buying a gun that I know I can use?
Yeah, you like the M&P, right? So
yeah.
I would get the 380 EZ. I have one. I love the little thing.
Oh, yeah, me too. But what I'm saying is this big old 45, say I was going to buy it today, would I buy it knowing I struggle with it because I want it? Or do I buy the 380 because it's more practical?
I would buy both, but that's just me. I think you guys know I have problems with my right arm, so I have trouble with certain calibers depending on the day of the week, depending on how my arm's bugging me and whatnot. So, yeah, I would just buy both. If you're not, your arm's bugging you, carry the 380. If your arm's not bugging you, carry the 45. That's just the way I would do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hey,
I do that now. If my arm's bugging me, I'll carry my Shield EZ. If it's not bugging me, I'll either carry my Shield 40 or my M&P Compact 2.0 in 40. So,
yeah, that's not a bad way to look at it. So, blind shooter, what do you think? What's your opinion?
I mean, it depends for me mostly on the price range. I mean, obviously with, being blind and the eyesight deteriorating as years go on, for me, there's no need to go out and buy the fancy, tactical, the high price scope, that stuff, or if it's a pistol and has the night sights and all that good stuff. It doesn't really matter to me because I'm not going to be able to frickin' see them anyway. But I've been tempted plenty of times to go and buy them just because they do look good.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is I would go what Rich said. If I had a choice between the M&P 45 and the 380, I'd buy both of them if I could afford it. Just to have it because I want it. So the 380 might get more use than the 45, but if I want it, I'm going to buy it. That's my take on it. Anyway, you brought the question up originally, David. What's your opinion?
Were you saying something, blind shooter?
Blind shooter, were you saying something?
I was going to say the 380 is a decent little gun to have. I shot it a couple times.
I didn't hear it because on my end it was roboting.
Yeah, he broke up pretty good.
He said the 380 was nice. He shot it a couple times.
Oh, okay. All right. So, David, I said this was originally your question. What would you do?
Yeah, It depends. If I had the money and was able to do it, like I'm talking about, not looking for something that you have to defend your life or defend your family or anything like that, but this is something that you just want. Uh, I'd buy it, because just like Rich was saying a little earlier, you take the gun that isn't as comfortable and is a little bit more difficult to shoot to the range every once in a while just to plink around and enjoy. And then you take the guns that are easier to use and better for whatever ailment you may or may not have as your self protection or your everyday carry or something like that. So the way I look at it is if you like it and you're able to run the action on it at least a little bit to where you can plink at the range every once in a while and you just enjoy the firearm, yeah, go ahead and buy it. But if it's something that you're gonna base your life and your safety or your family safety, your property safety on, then definitely don't buy something that you can't operate.
Yeah, yeah. James Stewart, Jason Stewart, sorry, I'm reading it wrong, asked about a pistol with an RMR on it, or would I consider just using a revolver? Well, yeah,
Here's the thing with that. RMRs, except for that new one that Aimpoint's going to make, you really don't want to use that to rack your slide because you actually damage the optic.
Yeah,
I mean, but can't you buy things that you can put on the back of the slide here? And pull it.
Yeah,
I'm sure they get it.
I know they make them for Glocks, and then there's they have them for certain 22 pistols like the Rugers and stuff too.
Yeah, I haven't seen one for an M&P.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah.
The closest I've seen for the M&P is actually the slide on the 380 EZ, which is flared out at the back to give you a little bit more grip room.
Yeah, they've got those other designs like the Honor Guard or whatever it is that have the flat front sights and stuff or the rear sight, but the front of the rear sight is flat.
Right. Yeah.
Which might help too. I mean, I'm sure that that's just something that you have to go and. Unfortunately, you have to go to a gun store and just fondle pistol after pistol until you find the one that really works good.
Yeah, and Smith & Wesson, my 2.0 compact, it has the sights where you can, if you got a good belt, you can rack the slide off your belt using the rear sight, but you don't want to do that with an RMR.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that would be sturdy enough, or
yeah, you might.
It is something big.
You might be able to do it one time in an emergency if you're being attacked.
Yeah, the new Aimpoint one that they're coming out with, it's like a box and it's shaped. It's the way they designed it is so that you can do that, but with a standard RMR like a Delta Point or what's the other one? That makes the other one. I don't remember. Or like a Vortex or anything like that. You don't want to use those for doing that.
Yeah. Now, Travis T here says if I don't enjoy shooting a particular gun, I sell it and move on to something else. A lot of people do that, but maybe because I'm new to guns, I haven't sold one yet. I don't want to. I got that cheap Polish P64 that I bought. It gives me slide bite every time I use it, but I ain't going to sell the damn thing. Part of my collection now.
You hear too many horror stories of those guys. Oh man, I had that one, and I didn't like it very much, and I sold it. Yeah. I just throw it in a pile. Keep it.
I had that with an AR, and I just went and rebuilt the AR. But the thing is, I build ARs. So if I sell one or two off, okay, I sold one or two off, I can normally rebuild an AR just like that because of where I live and what company are in my states. So, and that doesn't hurt. But if it's something like the C308, a 1911, or my SIG P320, I don't want to sell those. I want those.
You got blood invested in those.
Yeah, well, yeah. But did you hear what happened to E Honda? He was making an AR-15 80% lower receiver, and then he got auger bit.
Oh,
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, he got auger bit.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I do have a suggestion once this topic's over.
Go for it.
Yeah. So unknown user said I brought an North American Arms 22 long rifle and hated it. Sold it and used the money to buy a surplus Beretta 92S. Yeah, I mean I got a North American. Actually, I got it right here in my pocket. I've been walking around with it today around the house in my pocket. North American Arms. This is a 22 Magnum.
Yeah, but how many rounds is that though?
5.
5 rounds, but do you know how much those are going for? Currently.
No.
I think it's around $299 or like $300.
Yeah.
For those, whereas you could sell that and get the money back, get a Beretta 92S, and you could get like a 20-round magazine for that.
Yeah.
And that's again that's 20 rounds in an inferior cartridge of 9mm instead of 45. But I mean, if that's what you want, that's what you want. I have a 92S myself, so I'm trolling right now. I'm being
I have the Italian traded 92.
That's the 92S.
Yes, I have one.
Yeah. I've got one too. I'm just being facetious because I like 45 a bit more than 9. But I still have guns in both calibers, and if you're a true gun person, you want guns in common calibers. 9mm, 45, 223 or 5.56, doesn't matter. 308. You want those common calibers because those are fun to shoot. It's easy to find ammunition.
Yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right. Okay, before we move on to the next topic, we're halfway through the show. So I normally give you guys a rundown of my question of the week for my Saturday show, my mail-in gun quiz. And so I'm going to do it now. And this is going back for the old boys. You should know this one, but you're going to have to look it up on Google like I did. In the TV show Kojak, he used 2 primary weapons.
Lollipop.
Right? And I'm going to make it easy for you. They were the same brand. So, that's all I'm telling you. Email me at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottyrick@gmail.com. And the prize is it's a swag pack. It's actually got all kinds of stickers and that kind of stuff in there. Writing pad, I think. Pretty soon I'll be getting. I'm gonna hit the box I got from Clover Tech. Do some prizes out of that, and I got some stickers from Allen Anchor, which I'll be giving away too. So I got a few to keep me going for a while. Hey, I know. I think Sean's got a Hudson he wants to sell. Since if you hold on to it, won't it be worth something with the company going bankrupt? But anyway, my next topic is back to shooting again. Shooting, because we're talking shooting with disabilities. When I go shooting down the range, I have started. It's kind of. I'm a dumbass, really. Because I was gonna. Basically, where I'm going with it is when you go shooting, because of like me with my arthritis or anybody who's got bad hands or anything, do you shoot with a lighter load cartridge? So what I'm saying is, I was going to buy, like when I do my reloading. I went and bought some bullets the other day. Of course, I'm in this gun store. It's called Dave's Gun Shop. It's to me, it's humongous. To what I'm used to in Rhode Island. This shop had walls and walls of, stuff, and it was amazing. And I went in there, and I'm looking at the reload stuff, and the guy sneaks up behind me. I didn't see him coming because I was drooling, and he goes, "Can I help you?" And I said, yeah, I'm looking for bullets. And I automatically said 230 grain on the 45s, right? Well, I was going to get 185s, trying to make it an easier load for me. But what I did was the book I got for reloading, it says the minimum, this is from the Lee reloading book, it says the minimum is 5.0 grams of powder. But I dropped it. I dropped it. I'm on 5.0 because I was going 5.6, 5.7. I don't know if that's going to make much of a difference, but I'm going to give it a try. So, what about you, Rich? Do you shoot with a lighter load with your bad arm, or do you just go with what you got?
Okay, my carry round for in 40 is actually 135 grain bullet instead of 165 or 180, which are the two more common ones, because it is a lighter recoiling round when I have fired that at the range. So in 40, yeah, I go with a lighter recoiling load. Now with the 380, the 380 EZ, the only thing I have that's lighter recoiling than that is my Heritage Rough Rider, and I'm not carrying that every day. So, don't have to worry about that with 380.
Yeah.
And then, if my arm's really bugging me, I'm not even taking the 357 for the range, so that's not even an issue there. That one's just going to stay home.
Yeah, I mean, talking about that, I got a little Taurus Model 85, which is the 38 special, little, was it 2-inch stubby thing? Oh man, I took that down to the range the other week, and I shot maybe, it's 5 rounds. I loaded it twice, so I shot 10 rounds of that damn thing, and that's all I could take. That thing was killing me.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. My wife has a Smith & Wesson 642, which is probably lighter than your Taurus 85 because hers is an aluminum frame, where the Taurus 85 is a steel frame, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, those little 380s, you might not realize it, but they can be real snappy, especially if you got something with your arm, like arthritis or tears in your elbow, like what I have or whatnot. I mean, that could be a snappy little round in those lightweight revolvers.
Yeah. So, who's next on my list here? All right, Patriot.
A lighter load. I don't think so. When my first 357 was at SP 101, and I just bought the box my range had, because I think they might have had two different loads, but one was self defense, and it was my first time with that pistol, so I just bought what they had for target ammo and stuff. So it wasn't bad, and I could have swore that they sold me a small 20 round box, but it was a 50 round box. I went through the whole thing, and I was too giddy to worry about it. So I didn't. But like those 38 special and stuff, I just shoot the. I have the boxes here, but I can't read them right now. And that's one thing that I am lacking on and slack on a little bit is the grains and the weights of the bullets, all that stuff. I get one that I really like, and I just shoot it until I'm good at it with it.
Yeah.
So I don't. I mean, self-defense rounds, whatever they give me, and I practice until it's, killing all the paper.
All right. What about you, Night Strike?
What?
Lighter load.
Where are we?
Where are we? What are we doing? I don't know.
Have I called on you already about shooting lighter loads?
No, I don't. I just shoot normal loads.
Yeah.
I shoot whatever cheapest.
Yeah. All right. Okay. What about you, David?
Yeah, no, I just basically shoot whatever I buy. Most of the stuff that I buy when I take to the range is just whatever Walmart's got. So I just use that stuff.
Yeah, I suppose really this only affects. Well, no, you can buy lighter loads and all things you can buy manufactured, but I mean, when you're reloading your own stuff, it's I guess it. You think about this kind of stuff, I guess.
And isn't there's an issue with some of that stuff? Like, I know I got some, 22 long rifle that were like crazy light, and you can only use them on bolt action guns. They won't cycle the semi-auto.
Yeah, I mean that's nothing.
So you got to make sure that the stuff's going to work too. You don't want to buy 500 rounds of something and then get to the range and have to cycle it every time like you're shooting a bolt gun.
And that's like me doing my own reloading. I mean, I'm going down lighter and lighter. That's what I'm going to do in these 45s. But I got to make sure it's not too light that it won't recycle the slide.
Yeah.
Got to have enough power in it and keep doing that.
I mean, obviously with the revolver, you don't have to worry about that. But
no.
Unless you get in squibs, and that you better have more power than that.
Yeah. So, blind shooter, what's your take on it? Or you just shoot as they come?
Yeah, just shoot them as they come, and whatever deals the range has, I take.
All right. I have a question that you go. I mean, this is how naive, and I said, I'm the newbie here amongst all of you when it comes to guns. What's the difference between a 357 and a 357 mag? I mean, not mag, SIG. Are they the same bullet, or are they actually different?
357. Go ahead, Rich.
I was going to say 357 SIG is essentially an elongated 40 Smith & Wesson cartridge that's been necked down. The reason why it's elongated is because it has to be a little bit longer to put that neck in it. Then it's loaded with a 9mm projectile. So that's basically what it is. And it uses about the same powder charge as what a 40 Smith & Wesson would use for a 180 grain bullet, giving it a more, it's a smaller weight bullet. It's actually going to hit harder than what a 180 grain 40 Smith & Wesson will. It's kind of like the 135 grain 40 Smith & Wesson I have now. It's actually a lighter recoil, but it actually generates more energy and is faster.
All right.
Like little Speedy Gonzales.
So what I'm saying is, I mean, it's a 357. So if your gun can take 357, you can shoot it.
No,
different 357.
It's actually a different size or whatever.
It's a different size than 357.
Yeah,
okay.
That's for a semi-auto.
Is what, like, is that an actual 357? I don't remember. But the 357 SIG's like 355. So it's a little bit smaller than what an actual 357 projectile is.
Oh, okay. All right. Tony has joined us. How you doing, Tony?
Hey, guys. I finally got my computer over here and working.
That's okay. Glad you could join us.
Yeah,
hey, Rick, I was going to do one of those little giveaways, but I want to do something a little different today.
Okay.
Just because something came up yesterday.
Yeah.
So whenever you have a second.
Do it right now if you want.
Oh, geez. You put me on the spot. No, yesterday was Every Second Matters, right? Was that yesterday? What's today?
Yes.
Tuesday? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yes, it was.
So I put out a video, right? Every Second Matters and the Defend Liberty Project.
Yes.
Right? Now the guys in the if on YouTube, I got a comment from a guy with three subs and no videos, right? But he was talking about repealing the Second Amendment. He's one of those guys. So I would like anybody that wants to do it to go over and put a nice little comment. Nice. Don't be just screaming or dumb stuff, but to get the guy to into a conversation or to.
Is he responding to anybody that writes stuff?
I don't know. I haven't paid attention to it. I think Calaveras had mentioned that NEA does weekly chats and brings in people that are flat earthers and all sorts of crazy. I mean, people to talk to. So, I mean, he was the only one that put something on there when I noticed. But anyways, I figured if anybody wanted to, if they go over and, put a comment, then I'll pick the best comment and then let you know next week, whoever it is.
Oh, okay. You do.
Or I'll message you if I think it's the best one that explains,
Okay,
how
I got you.
crazy it is. Just something, because that's kind of what we're trying to do, is to get somebody, that might not know everything or know anything about, what we, liberty and everything and how it all ties together. So anyway, so it's not a giveaway as of right now, but obviously listen to Rick's, the rest of Rick's chat, and then later, whatever.
So Night Strike, is that the difference between them?
This is the difference, okay? The left is 357 Sig. The right is 357 Magnum.
Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha.
Okay, you can tell the difference. One is for a semi-auto handgun. The other is for a revolver, and you can tell by how it's rim and rimless on the bottom.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. In my opinion, the better name for 357 Sig would be 9mm Magnum, because calling it 357 Sig is a little misleading. It's not actually a 357 projectile.
9 Magnum. I would shoot that.
Well, that's what it is. I mean, that's a 9mm diameter cartridge. That's the same diameter as what a 9mm Parabellum is. I'm sorry. That's what it's 9 Magnum.
Rich, hold on for a second. What if we market 357 Sig guns as Magnum 9s?
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, that would actually be a more appropriate name.
or a 40 mini.
No.
Mini doesn't work.
No, see, the problem with that is it's got 40 in the name.
Yeah.
It's also not a 40 diameter cartridge either. So. Well, the cartridge is, if you go back far enough, but the projectile.
Yeah, so that wouldn't work.
All right. I got one. I think I should. I showed everybody earlier my my disabled hunters thing I got in the mail today, where I can drive on government land and shoot from my my vehicle. Actually, what it says here is the permit holder, which is me, is allowed to hunt from a stationary motor-driven conveyance. So that doesn't necessarily mean just a...
Yeah, you can't have somebody else driving and you sitting in the bed of your truck shooting.
That, or you can use the cool Gatlin wheelchair.
Yeah, as long as it's sitting still.
Yeah, but what it says here, though, is... Hang on.
You can't be running them or stocking them.
No, but... where in the hell is it?
Well, no, you just got to stop to shoot.
You guys get yourself a 4-wheel ATV and do like you did on that one gun show you see on the Discovery Channel and mount a rifle onto it.
Yeah, but where I was going with this is even though I can shoot now on state and federal land, what it says here, though, even with this permit, I still have to contact the property manager of this federal land or state land I'm going to shoot on and let them know that that's what I want to do and can I do it? Because there might be a road that they're repairing or something. So it's not just I can just go off and drive wherever I want.
And plus they don't.
To it.
And plus they want to make sure that you're not just driving out there and poaching.
Yeah.
That's a quick way to getting in and getting out. So they want to make you want to make sure that they know you're legal.
Yeah, they're more like come by to see the tag before I got it.
Plus, if you disappeared, they got an idea where to start freaking looking.
True.
Yeah, they got your address.
But I still have to buy the hunting licenses with that. That just gives me the permission to go on the land. So I've already got my fishing and hunting license for Indiana for this year anyway. So, okay, my last. I changed my mail because all you guys are getting so mad at me because I kept using "You Got Mail" from AOL.
That was mine. You took that from me.
No, I don't. But where I was going with this is, right? If it wasn't for AOL, half of you guys wouldn't be on a computer. So, but
except for the people too young to have used AOL.
Rick is probably still rocking AOL. That's the original soundtrack.
You know, but I said I changed it to the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, so keep everybody happy.
Well, is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah, that's what it's meant to be.
See, I thought that was just because Tony showed up and it just played.
No,
I didn't think that was you.
Wouldn't that be more of Squid's Valley there?
What was that?
Wouldn't that be more in line if Squid would have showed up?
No, Squib is more Josie Wales than good, bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, but doesn't he have the good and bad and the ugly pistol? Oh wait, that's Slim. Slim has the good, bad, and the ugly pistol.
Yeah, where is Squib tonight?
Probably
he's working.
He's probably on the roof and the door's shut and he's locked up on the roof.
He's talking to the forklift guy.
Squibby's work schedule changed, so that's why he hasn't been on as many live shows.
Yeah, they're on he's on vacation with his family this week. They went out west.
Oh, okay. All right, no problem. Oh, Travis T says the 357 SIG is the gender confused round of the gun world.
Harsh.
All right, Eddie, I got one more topic here, or you guys got anything you want to talk about?
God in heaven, no.
Okay.
I'll go ahead. Jason Stewart put in the chat. I don't know what SPC stands for, but Army SPC Joseph Collette returned home to Ohio today. This brave 29-year-old gave his life in Afghanistan serving America.
Specialist.
SPC.
Yeah,
SPC special.
So let's all make sure that we, don't neglect our veterans and our veterans' families, and just because one person goes to a forward zone doesn't mean that his wife and kids or her husband and the next door neighbors, is more than just the one person. So keep Joseph Collette's family in your thoughts and prayers as well too.
Absolutely.
God, you're preaching to the choir here.
And that's, to me, I mean, how to put it, that man is paid the price for our freedom.
Well, and that's what gets me so angry sometimes. And most of the time when I get angry, it's a service member that calms me down. But these men and women go and do these things that these impossible tasks that we ask them to go do, and they volunteer to go do it, and then our politicians want to strip our rights away. Then there's people that just want to give.
To keep America, and then they come back and they see these politicians, the ones that are lucky enough to come back. They see these politicians just trying to knock things down left and right instead of keep America.
But it's not even just the politicians; it's the people. It's the citizens that are willingly giving away their birthrights as human beings and as Americans, the freedoms and the luxuries that we enjoy, and you just want to throw it away
because
when there's men and women that go and do things that nightmarish things to protect what we hold dear here.
Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, they want the government to do everything, and that's socialism. I don't care how you look. You can dice it and slice it any way you want. I don't want that. I want my freedom. I want to be able to do what I want when I want to do it, as long as I don't hurt anybody else.
Well, that's why I think we need to bring back the draft. It'll wake up all these liberals.
Do what?
Bring back the draft.
Okay. We're
You
actually
hear
running
that?
out of time here, so I'm not going to come up with my last question. I'll save that for next week.
Were you able to hear that?
I didn't hear it all. No, I was hoping you guys did. Waiting for you because I'm having internet issues.
He's playing with his revolver.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is the Ruger Super Black Hawk Hunter, which I haven't had in my hands for quite a while now.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, I'm having internet issues here lately. I mean, like Saturday, my show ended early because my internet just dropped on me, and I had to set up a hotspot to do it, and that dropped on me. It was crazy Saturday, so I sort of like ended it fast and furious. So
I see you're having cat issues too.
Yeah, my cat. I keep throwing him off. He keeps coming back. You know.
Well, just make sure he just lays down and doesn't get his ass in the camera, because
you know he's laying down right now. He's laying down right. I don't know if you guys can see him. He's right. He's laying right. He's laying. I don't know if you guys saw that little video I put out. 12 seconds with him laying across my my mixer and stuff. Well, that's what he's doing right now.
I was so angry at you when the first time I saw it pop up. I touched the video real quick and I was kind of working, so all I saw was the cat laying there, and I was like, I know Rick did not just post his dead cat's picture on the internet. And then I went back and watched it again, and I could see the cat was breathing and stuff. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
David, with cats, some cats will lay down, and when they lay down, they get comfortable. When they get comfortable, they almost look like roadkill. So,
I mean, they do. There's sometimes when these cats are sleeping, I walk up to them to make sure they're breathing because they lay there so, you know, and you can't move it.
If they quit breathing, you want to get them hung and get the blood drained out of them quick as possible.
we're not in Korea, Tony.
Well, anyway, before we're coming up to quitting time, so let me go through the panel here to any shout outs or plugs. We'll start with Tony.
Hey, I ain't plugging friggin' nothing.
Okay, that works. All right. Next is Rich.
Yeah, usually I have a show Sundays. I didn't have it this past week because my neck was bugging me real bad, and it still is. My neck and shoulder. I don't know what I did, but it's been bugging the hell out of me for the past few days, which is why I wasn't on Night Strike show, by the way. Sorry about that, Night Strike.
It's okay.
I was already in bed by that point because, you know, my sleep's all kinds of screwed up right now. Yeah, anyway, over on Unloaded Media Channel, it's this week Unloaded. Probably won't be doing it this weekend because everybody being in Tulsa don't want to, you know, do anything. Somebody might go live from there or something, so I don't want to be cramping their thing if they're going to be doing something from that way or whatnot. So might not be doing the show this week. But we will be back next week.
When is your show normally on?
Sunday nights at 8 Eastern.
Oh shit, they might appreciate the drive occupying.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see. I might do it, I might not. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah. All right. Next one is The Patriot in the Dark. Any plugs or shout outs?
Oh, geez. Yeah, just make sure you go check out that comment and leave a nice comment, productive comment over on the Every Second Matters Defend Liberty Project video that I put out yesterday. I did do a Browning Buckmark pistol just to
Oh my! You've done three. You put out 3 videos.
I put the first one out Monday, which was the full one, 26 minutes long, and that's kind of a pain in the neck to watch. So I cut them down into 3 little sections today.
Are you trying to wedge him in there before P11 plugs up the whole damned internet with his?
Well, I was doing that as a nod, and I actually forgot a like 10-second clip that I had for it that was calling out that Clover had a good video, and I had the link and the whole bit. And then when I uploaded it, it wasn't in there, and so I took it out of the description. But I was nodding to Clover over there at Clover Tech about his Buckmark.
Oh, I watched 2 of them. Then I clicked on the third one. Then I fell asleep.
Yeah, I have that effect on a lot of people. But
He's getting ready to post them on GunTube.
Just make sure that you check that out and really do some things for the Defend Liberty Project. Even if you just do your own videos, just put that in there so that I can, put them in a pile so that I can put them over on everysecondmatters.com because it is important. And I would suggest anyone out there that hasn't, just go over to everysecondmatters.com, sign up. It's just like Gun Channels. It's free. The whole format and the whole setup over there is just like playing on or working on Gun Channels. So, and post things from your area in your state, check the stuff out, and let's get some movement over there.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you.
Right.
Appreciate it.
Night Strike. Any plugs or shout outs?
Just one. Check out guntube.org.
That's right. It's a good thing.
This website right here, it's awesome. It works. People have got videos on them. Check it out.
Yep. And
guntube.org.
And you won't be get strikes for doing gun videos.
You won't get strikes for doing gun videos. You won't get strikes for using 15 seconds of, copyrighted content, as an intro, because that's fair use. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, I agree with you. All right. Yeah. All right. We appreciate what you're doing over there. All right. One point we're trying to get hold of you, I heard. Yankee Marshall.
Yeah, I already emailed him.
Okay. All right. I don't know where I heard it. But I heard somebody say, Yankee Marshall wants to get hold of Night Strike for something he's doing for you, GunTube.
I don't know if he wants to get a hold of me or he wants you to get a hold of me for him because he's lazy. I don't know.
I don't know either. But I just heard Yankee Marshall and Night Strike, So.
Well, I heard Yankee Marshall and GunTube, not necessarily Night Strike. But...
No, yeah, you're right. It was GunTube. Yeah, I just automatically, because GunTube is Night Strike to me.
But newsflash, Night Strike and GunTube are separate entities, but Night Strike runs GunTube.
Okay, all right, that works.
Come on, let's be honest. Yankee just holding the decency to shut up again. Here's the thing. It's like his favorite thing, telling Night Strike to shut up.
But see, GunTube is not hit or miss. All right, so
no,
at least
there's that.
GunTube. See, on GunTube, it's always a hit.
That's right. That's right. All right. Next for shout outs, the Kingpin. Any shout outs or plugs?
Yeah, make sure you definitely go check out Rick's Life as I see it. Check out the Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, and obviously every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to put up a video, a mail call / promo Saturday night. I'm going to do a new voices show. So there'll be a couple cool guests on that everybody's familiar with, but we just haven't really heard many of their voices. And then do yourself a favor and go check out Unknown User's Instagram page. Hands down, best Instagram page out there. Thanks for having me, Rick.
No problem.
Hey, I need to throw something out there.
Okay.
Everybody needs to remember that Caliber Corners should be on tomorrow evening at 5 Central.
So that'd be 6 Eastern, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Blind Shooter, any plugs or shout-outs?
Not really, Rick. Just want to say thanks for having me. And I did officially hit 100 subscribers, so stay tuned tomorrow.
Okay. All right. That's it on that. I want to say thank you for everybody for showing up tonight in the chats. I appreciate it. If you like what you heard, give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you got any topics or any questions you want to ask us on the disability side, we don't know if you're definitely going to get the right answer, but we'll give it a try. Just email me at Rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com. So I want to say thank you for everybody being here. I'm not sure if anybody's up at 8 o'clock anymore. Because I know Clover Tech doesn't do one now. But Never Enough Ammo's on at 9 Eastern. So I want to say thank you all for being here, and I will see you Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Never fear the dark.
Bye bye.
You're not being fringed.